Hello, gypsies. Well, I'm kind of under the weather, so the videos that I had planned, I just couldn't bring myself to get going, but I did want to show off some of the home improvements we've done. These are some of my flowers from Mother's Day. So we brought these planters around the front, so we brought them to the back, and we took out the tiny bird feeders, and Mike put my flower pots up, and we had to have the deck replaced. They didn't stain it, but they did replace a few of them. We actually needed more done, but they just replaced 4, so we'll accept that. And we got the fountain cleaned out, but we put the tiny ones on the front. I'll give you some visuals of those in a little bit. And then we decided against a floral wreath on the front door. So I took all the flowers that I normally use, and these are the gold ones from Christmas that we had around, and I just kind of placed them in an arrangement on the bowl, and the others that I was going to use are upstairs in some arrangements in the hallway. This is our last surviving Dusty Miller. Oh, it's in this bowl because I wanted to use this. This was underneath the television. This is one of the bowls that my mother made when she was in pottery class, and she made a lot of paintings and she made a lot of pottery, and I do have a lot of pottery around the house. So I wanted to showcase this bowl, so it is now featured on the table. And this Dusty Miller, all of those planters were full of Dusty Millers, but a lot of them did not survive the winter. This is our last surviving one, so Michael put it in a mug because it didn't have very deep roots. And this is this was an anthurium, and it had those beautiful red waxy heart-shaped flowers with these yellow stalks. If you've ever seen like a lily or a peace lily, they were beautiful. So I got this at Valentine's Day. Do not look at this. I was cutting off. I don't know why I didn't just cut off. This wasn't even here. I didn't have brown here. I was cutting off the brown, and I was doing silly stuff. I don't know much about plants, guys. Don't laugh. So I was cutting the holes of the brown out, and Michael was like, no, you should have just cut the whole leaf off. So that is why that looks like that. But he told me just wait until it like turns brown to pull it off. So far, all I have left for my Valentine's plant is the green leaves, but he's assuring me we've got some sprouts coming that they will blossom back. So I water it, and this right here is a circle of friends. We used to have a very large one, but when we used to do consignment selling and then our garage sales, we had people that were always asking about it and they wanted to buy it. And eventually Michael broke down, even though the large one was actually custom made by the synagogue that he worked for. And so this is actually the only one we had left, and he totally forgot, and now he regrets that we sold it. But it was a large one with like 5 or 6. So that's what we have on this table. And I was able to get the top of the cabinets dusted since we have all these tchotchkes up here. A lot of them are just like specialty drink bottles. I think this is when the St. Louis Blues won the Stanley Cup last year. And these nostalgic tins that my mom used to have in our house in Texas. This is one of her pottery pitchers, and then we've got some specialty Cokes. They had like raspberry and peach. So, you know, I'm allergic to peach. So the boys had peach and I had the raspberry. And some of these are tchotchkes from when we were doing consignment selling that were kind of our favorite pieces that we kept or we just used as filler. And I love this monkey one. I was like, we're not selling that. We're keeping that monkey pedestal. So the nostalgic tins just remind me of her. And there's my picnic basket. Oh gosh, I can't even remember where we got that from, but it was something I wanted in Texas. So we got it. So it's just been traveling with me. And yeah, so I was able to, it wasn't as dusty as I thought it was going to be. It was just more so about having my arms over my head and standing on the step ladder because I'm such a shorty. And this is the wreath that I have on the pantry laundry room. It didn't have the flowers on it at first. This was my first or second wreath video I made out of a DIY wreath out of found materials. This was yarn and the plastic fruit bag that was in my mother's craft drawers that I got when we were cleaning the house. And so I made a wreath, and it wasn't full, but it filled out the wire hanger frame that I used. And when we switched to different wreaths over the winter, I decided I didn't want to cut all this off or trash it, so I just pushed it down and realized that these flowers that were in the original spring wreath, that was one of my videos from a year or two ago, and decided that they kind of went with that reddish, salmon-y, reddish tone. And so I just added them there, and so that's kind of like our little transition spring winter wreath, especially around now because the winter and the spring and summer are definitely mixing. And I know you've probably seen these on the banister and above in the kitchen. These are our favorite lights. They have even a waxy feel to them, so they feel like real candles, and they have a remote. You can set them on a 6-hour timer, which is what we have them on. Now they take 3 AAA batteries, but for us, they seem to last like about 2 weeks before we have to replace them again. But we love these. We love having the candles on a remote, and they're just really easy to make the kitchen really cozy at night, and you get that little glow. We got these from Big Lots, I believe, last Christmas, which the Christmas that just passed. So they were actually on sale, and we got 4 of them. So we've got 2 sets in the house, in the kitchen, and on the banister. And this and another one are actually gifts that we weren't able to deliver. So we will have to deliver them to those people probably this year, maybe Christmas in July.